Lovely. ACH then on the start line. Of course, went over to the hands of Carol Shelby, turned into the AC Cobra. Back with Jaguar now, and following their victory in 1951. 1952 was a bit of a rough year for this time. They put a different style front on it, and it didn't quite work out. Blake Sterling Moss for that one, but they were back in 1953. Duncan Hamilton and Tony Roll taking honours at Le Mans that year, and also having great success with all sorts of other racing across the world as well. It was the start of the sporting prowess really being shown by Jaguar, is what made them a household name, and that XK engine that we saw, the XK 120 power in the C-type up Kop Hill. This, an MGTD from the mid-1950s, the precursor to the TF that followed it, and also the MGA, of course, that we saw earlier on. Now then, Alpha Giulietta, drop dead gorgeous in an unusual blue, might I say, because normally these cars are in red. Lovely to see one in blue, that lovely heavy 1600 engine taking the Giulia Spider up the hill. Now, this looks like a 250 TR, sir, am I right?
Correct, yes.
And a beauty she is as well. Tell us what we need to know.
330 engine, Santa Colombo, V3 litre, 64 years to rebuild it.
Wow, you've done well in 4 years. I think that's pretty quick actually, because this is not the easiest of bodywork to work with, but what a car it is. 250 TR, ladies and gentlemen. One of Ferrari's most legendary race cars. See that wonderful engine poking its head out of the bonnet as it heads up Kop Hill now, making the most glorious of noises. Daimler then, the name that started the motor vehicle off, was licensed through VSA into the UK by the 1950s, was so grand and making sports cars like this. The Daimler SP250, 2.5 litre V8, showing lots of Triumph parts underneath there as well. And of course it was the last car that Daimler made in the brand before they were bought by Jaguar in the 1960s. So we're back now with Aston Martin, and Aston Martin from a different era to what we heard before. Tell us about this car, so what are we looking at? Well, they were a very good 10 years. Thank you so much for bringing it on the hill for us to see. I talked about the Bertelli era of Aston Martin earlier on. This is now the David Brown era. And he had made his money in construction, I think it was. Of course, agricultural farm machinery. Now, owner of Aston Martin, DB, his initials. And we saw the ACX earlier on. This is what happened was when Carol Shelby turned it into a big American race car, the AC Cobra. What are we looking at here?
The original AC Cobra from 1964, featuring Henry's car.
Wow, really special because so many of the cars that we see are replicas. This one, an original UK car, so developed with the Americans and sold here. So rare to see a real genuine AC Cobra, a real treat. And that's what we do here at Kop Hill. We get real rarities, and instead of putting them on the field and putting a rope down with them, and keeping this, we chuck them up the hill to revive what once was a formidable track here at Kop Hill. Motor racing eventually banned towards the end of the 1920s when, well, there were far too many crashes involving spectators. So do stay off the track if you do with us today. Little MG then, heading up the hill, I think, 11. So based on either a heat sprite or an MG, 11 hardtop, making that lovely GT small sports car there. The American muscle car now. And how many litres are we looking at? 6.3. 6.3, okay. And what's the car?